Hello, am I audible?
Sir, yes, sir.
Yeah. So, what is the background of the students right now who have joined in today's session, ma'am?
Sir, this is the national level webinar, sir. We have professors, principals, placement officers, engineering students, MBA students as well.
Right, right. That's great. Yeah. Thank you
Yes.
very much for that. Right.
Thank you, sir.
So, yeah. So, we are going to know about the process of innovation and then the technology readiness level. So, first of all, one has to know what is meant by innovation, and then we could able to relate it with the process of innovation, and we will see some of the types of innovations and in fact phases of innovations, and we will see some of the best examples of innovations that could be commercialized. So, what is the outcome of today's topic? Why we have to learn about process of innovation and then technology readiness level. So, the outcome or the output of the today's topic will gives you the commercialization of the product. So most of you are aware of the innovations and you have been involved in the research. Most of you have been doing your academic research, or you can say the research and development, and you are devising and defining and making a new methodology or product, or you can say a protocol or an analysis, an interpretation, basic principles or fundamentals. So these are the several types of research that one can able to do, and also the innovations. So let us see what is an innovation. Innovation is a new method or idea or product. So when we speak about a new method, new idea, new product, then it can be referred as an innovation. Innovation is different from the discovery and invention. Invention is the new creativity, and further, if you do any changes or modifications, then it would become an innovation. And discovery is an existing entity. If you found in the universe or in the nature, then it is referred as discovery. We know this already. So I will take some of the best examples of invention. It is not the innovation. So inventions are printing press, electric bulb, and flying machine. So these are the inventions. They have come up from an creativity. So what is the indicator for invention? Then we can say it is the intellectual property right. So intellectual property rights are the indicators of inventions. So what are the intellectual property rights? So you can do a patent for any product or process, and you can also take a trademark for any logo or any kind of brand image, or there are several options for that further. So we have patent, we have trademark, even we have copyrights, we have trade secrets, we have geographical indications. So these are the intellectual property rights which will speak about the indicators of invention. So also the indicators of innovation is intellectual property rights. So when we have to say it is an innovation, then we have to file an intellectual property where it can be a patent or a trademark. So innovation also requires the indicator which is an intellectual property, just like an invention. So how these are all useful to oneself? It is nothing but that it is the development of an individual, the development of the economy, the development of the nation, the development of the whole society. So if you look into the industrial revolution, then we have seen most of the inventions and innovations have led to the industrial revolution, and right now we are at 4.0. So we have been addressing with the latest technologies because of all these inventions and innovations. Remember that the Western countries have grown into superpowers because of only inventions and innovations, only because of the product development, process development that have taken place in those countries. And right now our India is also moving ahead towards that area. So we are also going to enter soon into a very advanced and sophisticated country with our own product development, with our own innovations. So this is what is an innovation, and what is the purpose of innovation, and what are the indicators of innovation, and what is the output of the innovation. I hope that you people have understood. So I just wanted to hear from anybody. Is that okay? Any question of now?
Yeah, sir, it's clear, sir.
Right, fine. Thank you much. So let me so by taking a proverb from Thomas Edison, there is a way to do it better. You have to find it. Yes, always I say, like, I just motivate the students always that you should find a way. So what our scientists have been saying for a long time is find a way. There is a way to do it better. So that's how the innovation is. If we see the clear differences between invention and innovation, then you can see the difference here in the next coming slide. So this is the difference between invention and innovation. So you have an invention of wheel, and the same wheel is being
Sir,
used for
slide will not
particular.
moving, sir.
Sorry, right. I will check from my side, madam. Thank you for informing. Yeah. So is it visible right now? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now it is visible, right?
Now
So is
it's
it
yes,
the
sir.
second slide, third slide?
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. So I just want to show you once again the same slides. I mean the same content with the slides. Like this is the example for the inventions: a printing press, a electric bulb, and a flying machine. And I have spoken about the invention, innovation, intellectual property, and products of innovations that would lead into industrial revolution, and the famous proverb, and now what is an innovation and invention. So which speaks the clear difference. Here you can see the invention of a wheel, and then the invention of a wheel, if you can able to develop a particular purpose, an application for the same, then it can become an innovation. So this is what is called as invention and innovation. So the process steps. What are the process steps of innovation? So there are 5 steps broadly we can say. First one is idea generation and mobilization. New ideas are created during idea generation. So you have to generate with an idea. If you have been working on any research, then you come up with a new kind of idea by integrating any kind of technology or any kind of process. So you have to develop that idea. Generally, most of the faculty and students who are working on several projects will come up with an excellent ideas. So you need not look for any kind of breakthrough ideas. Just think a change of an idea. Just think what your wisdom and knowledge speaks, what you have gained so far, and then think and you can relate it and you can come up with a good idea where it can be taken forward. So whatever the project you work upon, so you just integrate and you look for an application where that product or process can be utilized or used. So we have to advocate and screen that. So advocacy is nothing but you have to work upon the authentication check or the possibilities and then taking it further to the experts. So the experts have to advocate and your idea should be screened by the experts. So it is experts when we call, then the word when we call, it is nothing but your mentors. Students, you have to work with your faculty who are your mentors. Remember that faculty are the people who will guide you to take your ideas to the next step. So they will act as the mentors. When we speak about the mentors role should be there. Even the faculty who are the mentors should act as the good mentors. It means the mentors with empathy, the mentors who can share, who can give motivation, who will give upliftment to the student. That's what the mentor is. The most of the mentors services, or we can say their knowledge can be utilized in pro bono basis, and sometimes of course it is still discussable that how the mentor's role should be along with the student or the startup or any of the innovator, where we can take it further with a good win-to-win situation. So nowadays most of the business incubators are supporting the innovations, so that with the mentors, along with the mentors. So this is one best example. Experimentation, yes. When you have an idea, then when you screen that the idea can be taken it further, then you have to perform lab experiment for your idea or for your innovation. So when you perform experimentation, then it gives you the authentication that your idea is working. And here is the time where the where the technology readiness level comes in. The technology readiness level, then you have to commercialize it further. The commercialization phase is the fourth step, and here you will be commercializing your product. Now if you see from step 1 to 4, you will see the change, you will see the difference. The idea is being made into a product and it is ready for commercialization. When we speak about commercialization, it is nothing but that you do it with a company registration and by doing a business. See, this is how easy is doing an idea innovation into a commercialization stage. Then diffusion and implementation. So you have to work out on the possibilities and feasibilities of the product launch, and then you commercially sell the product. That is nothing but the implementation of it. Maybe you will sell that product to one company, or you license it, where it is referred as technology transfer. When you license it to any of the entity, then it is referred as a technology transfer. So the implementation starts with that. Or you can also sell the whole product for a lifetime to any company or entity. So this is another option for you. The third option comes is nothing but having your own company and then start doing the production of the product and working on the production of your own product. That is another best example, which is always a support would be given to those people whoever works in with this option. So you have several options. So here I have spoken about the process of steps of how an idea can be taken forward and how it can be commercialized. And so here the TRL stages are present. In step 3 to 4, there are TRL stages that will come. We will see in detail these TRL stages. So when we speak about the phases of innovation or the phases in the innovation, then we have two types of phases: the design phase and implementation phase. So when we speak about the design phase, so you do the design by performing the brainstorming and creativity and involving several people, or you do it on your own. That is the design phase. Implementation phase, the phase where you actually work on the project. So just now we have learned about the 5 stages. In that, the experimentation stage is nothing but the implementation phase. From the experimentation to commercialization, diffusion and implementation. So that's what the implementation phase is. So when we speak about the design phase, you can take that from the idea generation, advocacy and screening, then up to the off part of the experimentation. When we speak about the implementation phase, it starts with the experimentation, commercialization and diffusion. So that's what the implementation phase is. I hope that I am very clear. And so is that okay? Any question as of now?
No, sir.
Right, thank you. So let us just see the types of innovations. You have seen exactly the process of innovations, and you have seen what are the phases of innovations, and now let us look into the types of innovations. So when we talk about the types of innovations, we have the product innovations. For example, the wired headphones and wireless headphones. The wireless headphones are the best examples of product innovations. So you have a product by name headphones that has a new feature where it is coming up without any wires. So that's what the product innovation is. You can give n number of examples. Next, service innovation. Suppose say you have been providing a certain service as a consultant or as a company or as a contract research organization. So it is referred as an service innovation. We have several service innovations right now. In electronic sector, even in electronic sector, you have certain services where the electronic appliances, some of the services where it can be delivered to your doorstep or referred as service innovations. Now the Uber, or you can say in food sector we have Zomato, so Swiggy. So these are all the best service innovations. Process innovations. So process innovation is also referred as production process, where you have several stages of processes which can be split into several parts, and then you can even patent the process innovation. So it is referred as process patent. So the process patent can be taken up. For example, you say that there is an A to B to C, the product comes, then you say that A to B, the product can also be obtained, where you have a cut short of one step, where you are getting the product with the changes from the step A to step B, then you see there is a product, similar product formation occurs. So that's what the process innovation. Technological innovation. So the best part of technological innovation, or the best example, is mobile VFX device. So we have seen now the VFX devices coming over, where you just put it to your eyes and fix it to your head. So you will see the whole augmented reality, or you can say the virtual reality, and you can look and feel exactly what you can do, one can do. And so you can come up with several applications. Like suppose if you want to visit a museum, you can see it through a mobile VFX device. If you want to visit any company, then the company process, where it has all the reactors, where the company has all the manufacturing machines, even you can see that with the help of this mobile VFX device. So this is a very good technological innovation. Now people who could not able to visit any of the factories, any of the facilities, then they can use mobile VFX device and look and feel, and feel the presence exactly where you are also being there. So this is what is technological innovation. When we speak about the business model innovation, suppose it is somewhat very different. Like, you have a company, the company starts manufacturing of computers, only computer monitors and CPUs, but not a mouse or other accessory devices like keypad and so on. So we have found, or the company have found, that there is a large demand for the accessory components. Then immediately the company starts their manufacturing of their own accessory components like keyboard and mouse, etc. So this kind of innovation is referred as business model innovation. So this is one kind of innovation in the business environment. Now marketing innovations. Marketing innovations are the one which are referred as very matured innovations, because we will see every day lot of changes in the marketing innovations. Similarly, like, one of the best example I can say, IKEA company have brought a catalog app with augmented reality, where the customer have to sit at his home and then just browse the catalog app, or through his mobile phone he can install the app and see all the items, or articles which are present in the store, and there itself they can feel, they can look and feel as if they are present in their store, and with all specifications, you can feel the presence, exact presence, almost like you are present over there, but it is an virtual. So you select the product, and then you give the immediate the purchase of the item, and then you can have it to your doorstep delivery. So this is what is referred as marketing innovation. Architectural innovations. In fact, the architectural word will also refer to civil or civil engineering. So it is also there, like, you have an architectural design of any building, so architectural innovations. But here I just mentioned the microprocessor chips. So we make some of the best microprocessor chips, and also we make PCBs. So you design your own block diagram, you come up with your own chip, with its architectural design, then it is referred as architectural innovations. Do you know that how mobile phones, computer systems are being updated, upgraded with new versions from time to time, it is because of the architectural innovations. There are several chips which will come with the highest storage, with high processors, and with very good features. So that speaks about the architectural innovations. So the next one is social innovations. The best example of social innovations is nothing but giving the services in the tier 3 cities or tier 3 regions. It is nothing but the villages where you will be giving some of the innovations. It is referred as social innovations. It will also use some of the social enterprises, thereby social impact. So social innovations giving you the social enterprises, and then they are creating the social impact. So this is a new buzzword right now, and most of the social innovations happens at grassroots level. So if you look into the best examples for this, so we have certain drones where we spray the biofertilizers in the fields that will help the farmers quick and fast. So that's what the best example for social innovation. Even you might have seen several products like the people using one kind of machine to climb or to go up of the tree. So generally to cut the coconut fruit from the coconut tree. So we have some of the people have designed best machines where one can use very easily and then climb up and cut the coconuts. So that's how the social innovations are. So these are some of the examples of social innovations, and we can speak on like that, like people who have come up with some of the sensors, some of the IoT devices to switch on and off of the motor pump used for the water pumping in the farmers fields. So this is what another best example is. So those are the certain types of innovations. I hope that I am clear, and so if I have any question, I can take up. Is that okay? So are the slides are moving? Can anybody check and tell me? Hello? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Right. So my slides are moving, ma'am.
Sir?
Are my slides are moving?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Fine. Thank you very much. So we have uh, other four types of innovations. So these are all very much important. These four types of innovations are very important because they speak about they are actual classification of the innovations with respect to the commercialization. See, any innovation, why we have to do innovation? It is because of to commercialize, right? So to commercialize the product, we have to see the market, right? So if we plot the X and Y axis with technology newness and the impact on the market. Technology newness means nothing but innovation. And you check it with the market impact on the market, then you will see four types of innovations which I have mentioned over here. So incremental, radical, disruptive, and sustaining. So just let me have some water. Just give me 1 minute time. So is it visible?
Yes, sir. It's
Right. Thank you very much. So I'm just speaking about the best four types of innovations when we plot the technology newness or the innovation with the impact on the market. Then there are four types of innovations that would be generated. One is incremental, second one is radical, third one is sustaining, and fourth one is disruptive. Incremental innovation, the best example I will give you is nothing but the refrigerator. So you have seen the refrigerators that works with the one principle by name Carnot cycle, which is the thermodynamic principle. Now, the same refrigeration principle is being used for a long time, nearly almost 100 years. So we have been using the same principle. There is no any company which has come up with alternate of the refrigeration. The same cycle we are using. Now, what is the difference when we speak about the refrigerators which are available right now in the market, impact on the market? It is nothing but the same principle based refrigerator, just they add some of the features to that. Do you know that what is the latest feature present for a refrigerator? Can anybody tell me? What is the latest technology present for a refrigerator? Yeah, any of the participant can unmute and can speak. Right, fine. So I will only tell you. So the latest technology is nothing but there would be an touch screen, there would be a voice command, and there would be an internal camera where you can see through your mobile phone when you are in the vegetable market and look for any kind of item or any kind of fruits and vegetables. If you are missing, you can view through your mobile phone, and then you can check, and then you can bring them to your home. So this is what the new technologies. So this is called as incremental innovation. So it's the same principle, just you are adding some features. So we have best refrigerators of LG company and Samsung company that comes with such a touch screen where you can add Netflix, you can view any of the movies, and even you can there will be a dispenser where you can dispense some of the ice cubes like that, and even the juice, fruit juice. So this is what the best the incremental innovation is, by adding some of the features to the existing technologies. So why I have to speak about this incremental innovation and how these have to be performed? In any company, there is an R&D department. So for making of the refrigerator with additional features, they work with an innovation process. They come up with an idea. The idea is nothing but that the customer is requiring some of the feature, like he wanted to look into the refrigerator when he is in the vegetable market. So that's the requirement. Now the idea came is nothing but keeping some of the cameras attached to the IoT device in your mobile phone, and then you operate with an app and look into your refrigerator. So this is the idea, and the idea have been brought into an innovation, and that's the add-on feature to the product. When the product goes into the market, immediately the customer buys it. When the customer see that, oh, there is an excellent feature which is required for me, the customer is nothing but the women, the domestic people, that for the domestic purpose in the kitchens, the women require such kind of facility, and they require. So that's how the idea came, and then they have made that feature, and then through their innovation process in the company, in their R&D unit, they sat together. They have done the complete 5 steps which I have just mentioned you know, starting with the idea and then working on it to implement. So from design phase to implementation phase, and then that's how the product feature was added, which is an excellent feature. Remember that incremental innovation still has some value. It means that in everything what you add cannot be an incremental innovation. Suppose say that I am just adding a special kind of handle to open the door for the refrigerator. That means it is not an incremental innovation. It is just a very simple, very a small add-on to the refrigerator, which is not even a proper function or not a particular problem statement and solution. When we speak about innovation, we speak about the problem statement and solution. What is the problem statement that you are addressing? What is your solution for that? There should be a very good problem statement which you have to address with your innovation, with your solution. Remember this point. Just a simple addition and you say that it is an innovation. No, it is not an innovation. It is not even an incremental innovation. You have to come up with a very good weightage for your problem statement. The problem statement should be in existing. There should be a very good gap, and you have to address that gap with your innovative solution. So that's it, the incremental innovation. So further, if we move to the graph, we can find at a higher level radical innovation. So radical innovation comes for the same refrigerator if you involve robotics. Just think that your refrigerator is speaking with you, your involvement, and also it is walking along with you in your home. So that's the radical innovation. Just imagine the refrigerator is moving and also it is opening the door and giving you whatever you require. So that's the radical innovation. So at lower level, you have this incremental innovation. At higher level, you have the radical innovation where you are embedding it with some of the best technologies like artificial intelligence. So you add the voice command, or you just ask the refrigerator that you want any kind of a fruit juice. It will dispense on its own and then it will present in front of you through a glass. Hello. So there is some technical error with presentation. I'm sharing once again. I hope that my screen is visible. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Right, fine, thank you. So when we speak about the radical innovation, so we have the best examples like robotics, we have artificial intelligence, we have blockchain technology, and some of the examples in biology is genome sequencing. So I'm just taking an example of a refrigerator and explaining you about the incremental innovation and radical innovation. So the incremental innovation starts with a simple add-on which has a weightage to the problem statement and the solution. Then the radical comes up at higher level where you add some of the best features like robotics, artificial intelligence, and blockchain technologies. So when we talk about the next two types, that is sustaining and disruptive. So you have a sustaining innovation where the product will be in existence in the market for a long time. Just I'm going from x-axis 0 up to the higher level, sorry, from y-axis from below 0 up to the top. So that means the impact of the market increases. Impact in the market will increases. If you see the incremental innovation, the impact in the market is always low. So when we talk about the sustaining innovation, impact in the market is very high. The best example for sustaining innovation is nothing but the iPhone. Whenever any new product of iPhone comes in the market, there would be a great demand for the iPhone, any version, or whatever the cost may be. Remember that iPhone has been proving for a long time. That means the product is having its existence in the market with its clear market segment, customer segment. So that's the sustaining innovation. So how you have to make your product, how you have to make your innovation, it should be sustaining innovation. You make your product in such a way that it should sustain in the market for a long period. Any competitor comes should not disturb your product. In such a way, you have to do your product design, your product implementation, your process of innovation, and then come up with an excellent product like, for example, iPhone here. Sustaining innovation in the market. If you look into the higher side, then you will find disruptive innovation. So disruptive innovation is having highest market level impact and market what I can say is the acceptance, and the customer buys it. So it has both higher market, it has the higher technology newness, both. That's what the disruptive innovation is. So the disruptive innovation is, for example, sorry, hello, any question? Right. So the disruptive innovation comes with an best example we can say is Tesla car. So Tesla car is an electric vehicle that is not working on IC engines. The conventional IC engines that runs on petrol, diesel were replaced now with this electric car where we have a maximum space, and also we have nearly about 200 sensors are being used inside with an battery system and the electric generator. So this is what the Tesla car comes with, and it's a disruption in the technology. It is referred as disruption. So this kind of disruptive technologies are very much will withstand for a long time in the market and also have a greater impact. So this is what the disruptive. Here what I mean to say is that you have to make your product, you have to make your innovation in such a way that it should be a disruptive one, where it has higher market, it should have higher technology, and both. For example, Netflix is also one of the best example for disruptive innovation. So people are not going to theaters now they are viewing through Netflix in their mobile phones and laptops. So that's what the disruption have been created and there is a higher market for that, and it will sustain in the market. For the last 3 years almost, we have been observing that these kind of some of the businesses which are made into Netflix like entertainment companies are grabbing most of the market. So this is what the best examples for innovation types. So where we are in? We are in the fourth generation, fourth industrial revolution, fourth generation or fourth industrial revolution, industry 4.0. So it has a technologies, fusion of technologies, physical, digital, biological. So physical comes with the use of some of the drone technologies, aircrafts. Now we are seeing air that is we are observing now. In fact, some of the companies have released new cars, flying cars. So that's what our new technologies. In fact, drones have already created a large impact. 3D printing devices, manufacturing of 3D printing components, a lot of components, including even the houses, a small, almost like 9 by 9 squares feet of, houses have been built recently in India also by some IIT grads. So we have robotics, we have IoT, we have blockchain, we have several other platforms where Industry 4.0 works. In biological, recently we have seen COVID. So for the COVID, we have brought a new vaccine. The vaccine works on RDNA technology. So it's an RDNA technology which is where the vaccine development have been the saver for the entire human population for the COVID, during the COVID times. So what would be the impact? I already told you that, the economy, business, national, and the nation will grow, society will grow, and individual will grow with the innovations and the whatever the process you follow. So that's what the impact. So some of the innovations which are required to become a startup. So as I told you during my first slide itself, why should we have to follow the process of innovation, and what is the purpose of innovation? It is nothing but to commercialize your product. To commercialize your product, we have to make your innovations, and that should come up into a company where you should become a startup. So you can do innovations in raw material, in the process, in manufacturing of the machinery, in a production process, in the technology, in engineering, in transport, in supply chain, and even in packaging. You can do innovation in any of these categories or the sectors, and you can follow the process of innovation as I have already spoken, and then you can come up with best products by considering the fact that it should be a radical one, or a sustaining one, or a disruptive one, or a incremental innovation. So let us see some of the innovations examples in electronics and IT sector. We have Bluetooth mesh technologies, and we have embedded systems, we have nanoelectronics, we have renewable technologies, solar technologies, edge computing, PCB designs, RFID, radio frequency identification, near field communications, NFC, biometric fingerprint technologies, fiber optic communications. These are the areas which will ensure you for innovations. I strongly urge the students and faculty of electrical, electronics, and communication engineering, electrical engineering, or electrical instrumentation engineering, that you should work upon such kind of technologies where in these areas integratedly can be bring or brought up into innovation, and then there are a lot of chances for the people who are working in these fields. Apart from that, there are other sectors like digital signal processing, digital image processing, VLSI, microprocessors, radar systems, satellite and optical systems, wireless communications, computer networks, artificial neural networks which are embedded to robotics, and cellular mobile communications, biomedical instrumentation. Now the biomedical instrumentation has a very promising role along with the bioelectronics. Why? Because the biomedical equipment is in great demand. We have seen the sale of biomedical products in the last 2 years with an increase. Almost the graph have gone at a certain level where most of the companies which has started just with 2 crores of turnover have earned about 200 crores of turnover. So that's what the major shift we can see, because there is a great demand. So these are the technologies which always help any of the innovator to come up with a good idea and then immediately commercialize that. So you need not think too much for your ideas, because you're all qualified. You're all graduates, undergraduates, and you are postgraduates, and you have faculty who have PhDs in some of the sectors which I have mentioned over here. And your product, your research product is enough. Your research work is enough right now to make it into a commercialization stage. Remember, what you have done, that's enough. And then you just think how you can commercialize that work, your research work, and then we can able to support you. We have seen best examples in digital image processing. Some of the people have come up with an identification of the x-rays which are taken for the COVID patients and keeping that into a mat lab, and then performing some of the the best programming for the software written to process the images and identify the symptoms, and give an app, a mobile app, which will identify any of the symptoms of a diseased person and or differentiate the normal person through digital image processing, whether he is COVID positive or negative. So that's a best example I can say. So Bluetooth mesh technology for industrial IoT is one of the best example. We have the cloud, we have the network, we have the Bluetooth, and you just make the monitoring of any of the parameter or the factor like temperature, humidity, carbon dioxide or COX or carbon monoxide, etc., or infrared rays. So then you can do any application. Suppose say you have to identify carbon dioxide levels present inside a room, that can be done by through this complete technology integration. Suppose say that you have to identify the temperature within the environment. Your mobile phone identifies your room temperature. So it's all because of this Bluetooth mesh technology through an IoT. So you have the apps which will gives you the number of parameters like humidity check, etc. Yes, embedded systems are always promising. We have been using embedded system for a long time through through MySQL database, structured query language, and then connecting to a gateway concentrator. And then suppose, for example, you want to check the water consumption by using water consumption sensors, and then you can attach it to a water meter, and then you can check how far the water have been consumed. So that's what it speaks. The embedded systems are being used in several devices like ATMs, washing machines, and several other components, electronic components. So we have nanoelectronics and bioelectronics. So the best example for bioelectronics or nanoelectronic comes with the detection of the coronavirus taken from the buccal cavity and then placed it onto a substratum with a BOD electrode, and then recognizing it with a probe, and then identifying whether it is corona positive or negative. And even you can keep that into a computer chip where the amplifier will detect, process, and display the result immediately. So this is what the nanoelectronics and bioelectronics. Now we have plasma based solar panels. The solar panels, very thin solar panels, just like LED panels, we have solar panels. And still we have certain research done by the researchers, and they have come up with a very, very thin plasma level solar panels or PVC of the solar. It's an fundamental principle is nothing but just like a PN junction diode. The movement of the holes and electrons gives the mobility of the electricity, generation of the electricity through sun rays. So that's the same principle of a PVC photovoltaic cell. Of course, in IT sector, we have AI, blockchain, machine learning, 3D printers, augmented reality, virtual reality, robotics, drone technologies, and Internet of Things. So this is the best example for the blockchain technology. How does a blockchain technology works? We create the blocks. Blocks come with an hash code. The hash code is embedded to a certificate. For example, you need to authenticate any graduation certificate, and then you relate it with the key. The key is very specific to one block. There are several blocks, so you cannot tamper these blocks, and there will be an authenticity that the certificate is a genuine one. So this is how a blockchain works for identification of any certificate, where we have seen most of the fraudulent certificates done by the people to show that they are the graduates with BTech degrees and MTech degrees or PhD degrees. So blockchain technology can be utilized well to check, to stop, and to promote the authenticity of the certificates. It would be used by the HRs in the companies. Drone technologies. So you have the basic components of the drones. Just I have mentioned here some of the motors, some of the battery and propellers, and the components like receivers, FE antennas, etc. So it just speaks about the basic drone, how you can manufacture. Now the main problem statement in drone technologies with respect to applications like the payload, how much of payload that he can able to take. So we have to design the drones, lightweight drones, but still with an higher capacities that can lift up high payloads. Yeah, smart shopping carts. So now just you place an RFID device and NFC reader here. Then you place any of your items. Then immediately it reads through the barcode automatically by the NFC reader and a RFID antenna, and then later it will goes into the billing section automatically. You need not wait at billing section, so you pay it through Paytm here itself, and then you just walk in to your car, and you can move on. So that is how the smart shopping cart can be done by using these technologies, RFID and NFC. So what is the place for doing all these innovations, process of innovation? Process of innovation can be done in incubation centers, in accelerators. So you can become a startup company, thereby commercializing it. So this is about the process of innovation, and in detail, what is the commercial age up to commercialization stage I have mentioned. I hope that you have got it. Next, we will go for the technology readiness level. Before that, if there are any questions, I am ready to take. Yeah. Hello. Are there any questions?
No, sir.
Right, fine. You can even write in the chat box if you have any question. I will address that. Right. So let me go forward.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, is it visible to all?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
And the
sir.
transaction of the slide, is it all visible? A
Yes,
moment.
sir.
Right, thank you. Fine. So let us see what is this technology readiness level. So it's an oldest method uh, to give you as an you know an indicator that what is the stage of your innovation. We just give one kind of indicator, that is nothing but technology readiness level, or TRL. Similar to TRL, we also have business readiness level, and also we have market readiness level. So those are all being done particularly to the business, particularly to the market, whereas this is referred as technology readiness level. The technology readiness level is being first implemented by the NASA, National Aeronautics Space Administration, USA, and they have defined it with 9 stages, total 9 stages. So when we see what is the NASA technology readiness level, then we have the 9 stages as mentioned over here. So you can see here the TRL1 stage, TRL1 to TRL2, the basic technology research. You just do a basic research. Then 2 to 3, you see research to provide feasibility. So you just look upon the feasibility of the research, whether it can be done, how it can be done, if so. TRL 3 to 4 and up to 5, you have technology development. Then from TRL 5 up to 7, you have technology demonstration. Then from 6 up to 8, mid of 9, almost, you have system and subsystem development. From mid of 7 to 8, and then to up to 9, you have launch of the product. So let me discuss in detail TRL 1 to 9 further. So the best examples are given: software technology readiness level. Now suppose say that you are making any software or app development, then you have to define your TRL stages in this way. Suppose say that you have written whole process how you have to make your app, and you came to know that how you have to differentiate it from the existing apps, and you have clearly written by doing some research. It is referred as TRL 1 to 2 stage, or you just say that TRL 2 stage. Then further, when you prove that there are possibilities of making that app, and you have done the app certain stage, like almost you have initiated it, then you can say you are in the TRL 3 stage. So you'll be adding some database and some server, and then you are generating the output. A very small the function would be there. Then you make further enhancement to that app by adding some of the best features. So technology development. Then you demonstrate it in front of the mentors, in front of the other innovators, other experts. You do the changes to that. Okay. So then you make it into a TRL 6 stage. TRL 6 stage is the stage where your product is almost ready, or you can say the prototype is being converted into a product. So now the whole product with all the changes will be ready. Your app will be ready by TRL 9, and it is ready for the market launch. So that's the TRL 9. So that is software technology readiness level. Similarly, biomedical technology readiness level for biomedical equipment. For manufacturing devices or manufacturing of any product, we have manufacturing readiness level. So the same one, let us see TRL stages. Each technology project is evaluated against the parameters for each technology level and is assigned a TRL rating. Why TRL rating is required? If you say that I am at TRL 3, immediately the opposite person will come to know at what stage you are in. Suppose say that he will explain, sir, I have completed only the research, and here in the research I have completed some of the adding of some of the functions to my app, and then still it is some other development, and I need some more time, I need some more financials, I need some more experts. You will be saying all these kind of explanations. Without that, you just to say I am at TRL 5 stage, sir. I want these three. I want technology, I want mentors, I want finance. Then everybody will understood that, okay, fine, this is at TRL 5 stage. You need to complete TRL 9. Then you require this much of budget. You require this much of mentors or experts. You require this much of technology addition, infrastructure. So that's what the TRL stages. That's the importance of these TRL stages. That's why it is important. Now, when we speak about TRL1, it is nothing but the scientific research in the beginning you have done. You can say that it is a TRL1. Just I have a document mentioning everything about this product development. TRL2. So still you have initiated the work with some kind of experiment, and still you don't have any kind of proof. So that's the TRL2 stage. TRL3, there is a proof of concept. Proof of concept means you have created some model, you have created some laboratory result, some kind of very little is also enough. So that's TRL3. TRL3 is the best one where in any of the projects, faculty know this, any kind of preliminary work done by you, please mention this kind of, the sentence will come in while applying for any project. Then you can mention that I am at TRL3 stage. I have done some preliminary study, and where I have the proof of concept model available with me. At laboratory scale, I have done the experiment. At laboratory scale, my product is ready. Only you cannot still say use the word product, but still you can say that laboratory scale TRL3, TRL4. So you have to test that product, test that proof of concept. I won't use the name product, proof of concept. You have to test it. You have to test it, and then again you have to look for any changes, bring back any changes, and then you have to again repeat and do certain additions to your product. Next, TRL5. So TRL5 gives you the more addition to the TRL4, where you are being best at best, like as a breadboard technology. We can say breadboard technology. So you'll be running some simulations also in the actual environments. So 6 is nothing but the functional prototype. TRL6 has a fully functional prototype. Remember, TRL3 proof of concept, TRL6 functional prototype. TRL3 is the proof of concept, TRL6 is the functional prototype. Next, you demonstrate the working model by using the working model. Now, the working model demonstration further, you will say it is a TRL7. So, just one second, I had one call, and I will Yeah, is it visible? Hello, can anybody unmute and tell me, is it visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Right, thank you very much. So the TRL7 stage, where you are demonstrating the product and then bringing back the product uh, again and saying that it is a TRL7 ready. Yes, TRL8, you say that it is flight qualified. That means you have tested well and it is ready for implementation. Implementation. The process of innovation has implementation. Just I repeat once again that the steps which I have told you, which has implementation. So commercialization and implementation. So experimentation, commercialization, implementation. So you start with an experiment and you have an implementation. So TRL9 stage is the product ready. You say that your product is ready for launch into the market is TRL9. Somebody will say, when you do any research, what is your level of innovation and what is the TRL stage? You say that my TRL stage right now is third stage because I have done some experiment. Then in the long run, after when you support us with some funding, then I will prove it into a TRL 9th stage. So this is the difference you can say that TRL or even with an idea generation, TRL1 is the idea generation. TRL1 where you are writing it on your paper, you have it on your paper. So you just show a document with all the research, basic research what you have done. TRL1 idea generation. Next TRL9 product commercialization. See idea generation to product commercialization. So this is what I have just spoken. The same was written over here. Even European Space Agency follows the same. In space, in rockets, in aeronautical, in all the R&Ds, people follow, scientists follow the TRL stages to make it from TRL stage 1 to TRL stage 9. European Commission, they have also mentioned the definition for the same. You have Department of Energy, USA, they also mentioned the stages of TRL stages. The complete scale, if you see 1 to 9, so you have the product into operation. What are the uses? I have already told you at the starting that there are several uses. Like one is you can perform project management, you can perform risk management, you can see the status of the product, and also you can define, you can present, you can communicate the people with the stage. So these are all the some of the best uses of the TRLs. So let us see one example where how TRL can be defined. Suppose say I start with an TRL 3 stage with one of the product where the product has PIR sensor and you have oxygen pressure motor sensors, motors and pressure sensor and other microcontrollers. So when you have mentioned these components and you use it for particular use and you have defined that flow chart and you mention what are the drawbacks in that prototype now. When you mention the drawbacks in the prototype of your own, like some function should be added for better communication of the device, and you add that component by name GSM, and then next level will come with addition of the GSM. You can see here addition of the GSM here. So that speaks the maturity level of TRL3 and the proof of concept is ready. At laboratory scale, your prototype is ready. So this is another case study where it is called as medical reminder, where at one stage of TRL you have certain components like, and you have mentioned the drawbacks that PCB proved to be bulky, no embedded Bluetooth and poor battery life. So now we enhance the poor battery life with enhanced battery life, and then we have the new TRL stage which is ready right now, and you come up with the circuit boards, and final output or the product after TRL stages would look like this. It may be the TRL 9th stage. So this is about the TRL stages. So in nutshell, and I hope that you people have understood. And here I stop. If there are any questions, so let me take. So that's what the TRL stages. Of course, I started with the process of innovation and TRL stages. Right. So any question?
No, sir.
So with that, I just conclude myself giving the presentation, and I thank all the organizers, MVSR College, and Dr. Menaka Madam, and the principal, the organizers, chairman, directors, professors. So thank you very much. So it's over to you right now. Yeah.
A wonderful, a wonderful good afternoon to everyone. On behalf of Madhuri Venkata Subbarao Engineering College, I am Miss G. Shravya Reddy of MBA first years here to propose vote of thanks. I express my sincere gratitude to the eminent speaker, Dr. Zahrullah S. MD Sir, Chief Innovation Officer, Atal Incubation Center, Ali Rehab, Association of Lady Entrepreneurs of India, Women Entrepreneurs Hub supported by AIM, Niti Aayog's GOI. We are enough fortunate to have you here, sir. Thank you for all your valuable information, which is very useful to all the members regarded of uh, different departments of this college. So I'm here to list out the main points which are given by our sir. Sir has briefed about, started with basic knowledge of innovation, detailed out the difference between innovation and invention. Sir has briefed about steps in the innovation, phases in the innovation, types of innovation, and its high impact on the market. Innovations in electronics and IT sectors. Sir has listed many things which have come across today's technological world. Sir has briefed about technology readiness levels and those stages. So I'm here to thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your valuable information. Now I would express my sincere gratitude to all our management members and all our senior faculty, our chairman, our principal, vice principal, head of the department, professors, and all the participants over here. I would express my sincere gratitude to Dr. K.P. Srinivas Rao, sir, chairman, MES. It's a pleasure and privilege to have you here. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Dr. G. Kankadurga ma'am, principal, Madhuri Venkata Subbarao Engineering College. Professor S.G.S. Murthy sir, Vice Principal, MVSREC, Chief Coordinator, Entrepreneurship Development Cell. Mr. C.V. Gopalakrishna Rao sir, HOD Triple Department, President, Institution Innovation Council, IIC. Dr. Menaka Bamidi ma'am, Innovations Ambassador and Atul Ranking for Institutions Innovations Achievement, Institution Innovation Council. Mr. T. Murli Mohan Raju sir, National Institution Startup Policy Coordinator, Institution Innovation Council. Dr. M. Sri Ramadevi ma'am, Head of the Department Business Management, Vice President, Institution Innovation Council. Dr. C.H. Samson sir, Convener, Institution Innovation Council. And Mr. M. Vijay sir, Coordinator, Communication and Technical Support, AET. And all the presentees over here, I express my sincere gratitude for joining this session, which is very informative to you. I would like to conclude this session on behalf of, last but not the least, on behalf of MVS REC, I would like to thank each and everyone who have joined this session. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, MBA first year student. Sir, I would like to sincerely thank Dr. Zahirullah sir
Thank you, madam.
for your valuable time, your precious time you have made, and you have been here in the program, and you have delivered a wonderful topic, sir. I hope every participant received information about the process innovation and technology readiness levels. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
madam.
you.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Announcement to all the participants. All the participants are going to receive your e-certificate on presence of this program within 5 working days. We would like to request you to sincerely wait till 5 working days. Within 5 working days, we are going to issue your e-certificate. Thank you all participants.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you all respected IIC members and the entire team.